All right, it's Bill here, and I think I'll do some videos or predictions for the PDC World Darts Championship. Yes, I know it started day one, day two, but did pretty good on some bets, so I figure I'll throw out some videos and predictions on the next coming games. So far, you're going to have to take my word for it because I don't have any proof, but I'm 8-4. Went 4-0 first day, although that one wasn't tough to go 4-0 on. And today, obviously, went 4-4. Lost the Suter game to Gail Goodhart. I lost Wade over Wadamita. That was a bet that I actually took on the first day. I actually got the bet. I bet on all three games before Humphrey's game because you didn't know who was going to win that other one. Paid out double my money, so I can't complain about that. I lost Owen Zonneveld, and I lost Gates on Menzies. Can talk about the game so far. First of all, as anyone who's watched any of my videos knows, darts players that I like and darts players that I dislike, every tournament is better when James Wade and Kim Huybrechts are out of the tournament. It's a way better tournament, and they were gone on the first 2 days. Peace on earth. I'm sick and tired of watching those players. I'm going to do like a video of like the 10 worst players. They all have something in common. And we'll get into that when I get into that video. If you can figure out what James Wade and Kim Huybrechts have in common, good luck to you. Left-hander, right-hander, but I'm pretty sure you can, if you watch darts, you can figure out what I dislike. Go through the game so far. I think it's been poor quality first 2 days. I'll state it. I thought Wadamita, of course, getting through to the third round already and beating James Wade. He's been decent. I thought Connor Scott was good. What was Connor Scott's average? Oh, he did get over 100. I think he might be the only one who got over 100 so far, with a 101.92. He was decent. It was excellent in his game. I think the seeds, Humphreys, did what he had to do. Price did what he had to do. Keen Berry missed more darts than I did tonight. Or I doubles, missed more darts at doubles. He hit more darts at triple 20 for sure. But again, there's been some good games. Obviously, I think the best, even though it was garbage today, was Plazer. Now it's gonna be funny. Wesley Plazer plays Peter Wright. He averaged nearly 80 in this game, and he's gonna bring 100 average today. The one game that I did enjoy watching the Barry game, but the Goddard Suter game was pretty decent to watch in terms of quality. Wasn't the greatest, but you had broken darts. You had a couple guys give it a little bit. It wasn't too bad. And then the Owen Zonneveld game was actually not bad quality. I think they both averaged 90 in the 90s, yeah. So, but let's get into the predictions for tomorrow. I'm also going to show you my bets. First game up, James Hurl, Jim Long. Okay, I'm Canadian. I am cheering for Jim Long. Jim Long's been pretty decent. He's been playing on the seniors. He's been pretty good on the seniors. He's done some of the Modus League, Champions Week and the Modus League. And he's playing James Hurl, who I remember last year watching him on the Super Series. Now, if I take a look at Hurl's stats for the year, I'm just going to go into it. He's basically just about a 0 point. So I'm looking at two things when I'm making my bet: your double percentage and your how many 140s a leg you get. So he's 0.9. That's pretty decent. That's above average, James Hurl. His doubles is around 36%, which isn't great. It's kind of around the average point. Jim Long is, I don't know all his stats because they don't really show it, but I mean, when I've seen him play, he's in the 80 average. So I like James Hurl to win this one. He's got pretty decent odds to win as well. I will be cheering for Jim Long. So if I lose the bet, I am a happy camper. I am losing this bet. But I like James Hurl to win this one 3-1. Next game up is Kevin Deitz against Noah Van Leuven. Probably said her name wrong. Anyways, I think Deitz was 1-3-0. I don't think it's much of a contest. Van Leuven averages about 80, and Deitz can get it up to 100. And if I take a look at Deitz stats, his scoring is usually pretty decent. I'm just going to take a look at his stats right here. Yes, I keep them, which is crazy. He's actually very similar to Hurl in terms of his 140s leg and 36 percentage. Van Leuven's actually played on the tour this year, and if I take a look at her stats, Van Leuven has 30% doubles and 0.7 140s, so scoring and doubling, it all goes to the Deitz to win at 3-0, and I will bet on him as well. Ryan Joyce, Darius Labanauskas. Again, it's going to be a weird matchup. It's good to see Darius Labanauskas. Actually, he was on the tour, fell off the tour, and again, I see him on the Super Series. He seems to be doing pretty decently there. So he's getting his wins. But if I take a look at, he played one game or 2 games this year. And again, his scoring isn't the greatest. If you take a look at Joyce, Joyce is the double. Leave him double 16 and you know he's going to hit it. He's over 40% on his doubles, which is fantastic. And he's not the greatest scorer, but he gets it done. I like Ryan Joyce to win this one 3-1. And then Mike DeDecker against Luke Woodhouse. So DeDecker's already won the Grand Prix. He's one of the best 180 hitters out there. If I take a look at his stats, Mike DeDecker, he's obviously had a great year. About 39, well, just under 39% on, which is great. You're looking for a 40% double percentage, but his scoring is insane. He's averaging more than 140 a leg. He's about 0.36 on his 180s per leg. He's just going to blow the doors off Woodhouse. If you take a look at Woodhouse, he's had a decent year in terms of getting some, but he's not, it's not standing out. It's about 37.8% on the doubles, and he's less than 0.9. So again, scoring doubles. I take DeDecker. DeDecker's now played on the stage enough to know, he's obviously won a big Sky tournament, so I don't think the stage is going to hit him. And I like DeDecker to win this one 3-1. Next game up is Jeffrey DeGraff against Cameron Sweeting. I think as a player from Guyana, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw him once, or maybe it was in the World Cup. I'm not sure. But DeGraff is really, really great start to the year, DeGraff, but he's certainly fallen off. Again, his doubles aren't anything to write home with, about 35%. His scoring's not the greatest, but I'll be honest, I don't know too much about Sweeting, so I'm going to take DeGraff. Nice draw for DeGraff, 3-0, although he's got a tough second round game. Gary Anderson. Next one up, Richard Pietrescu, who's fallen out of the top 32. So he's got to play in the first round. He's playing Zong. Pietrescu's not had the greatest, or certainly the start of the year was really, really bad. He struggled to even win a game on the like there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He won one game on the floor tournaments out of 12 in one stretch. But again, he's kind of turned it up with some of the work on the European tour, but 35% on the doubles isn't anything to write home about. He's not a very good scorer. But I don't know Zong's going to do anything, so I'll take 3-1 Richard Pietrescu. The next game up, Ryan Meikle against Fallon Sherrick. Okay, so everyone's dreaming of Fallon Sherrick beating Ryan Meikle to set up the meeting against Luke Littler, and it'd be the highest viewed game in the history of PDC. And yeah. What they're forgetting is that Ryan Meikle's a pretty decent player. Now, he had if you would have had this game last year, I probably would have leaned to Sherrick. But if you take a look at Meikle, again, not a bad scorer. His doubles, not horrible. He's pretty much mid-pack of all the players. Had a really good game, or a really good tournament, his last one, which was the Players' Championship. I mean, Sherrick, she's going to have the crowd behind her, there's no doubt. Does Meikle seem like a guy who's affected by the crowd? He certainly doesn't. He's slow, so he's going to slow the pace of this game. It's going to be a very slow game. And Sherrick, I don't know if she'll deal with the pace, although she beat Mensah, is a very similar pace player to what Meikle is, but I don't see, like, you want Sherrick to win, I guess, to set up the match against Littler. I don't see it at all. I see Meikle winning this one pretty handily, 3-0, which brings us to probably the closest game of the night, which is Peter Wright against Wesley Plazer. Now, Wesley Plazer played like garbage today, and if he plays like that, it's an easy Wright win. However, he ain't going to play like that. He's going to show up, and if you watch Wright, he usually gets a guy playing pretty decently. He got Gurney in the the last tournament, who averaged over 100 against him, took him out. He had Wadamita in one of the majors, took him out. In the Grand Slam, it was Lukeman, Cross, and I forget who the other one that was in that draw. They all dummied him up pretty good. If you take a look at Wright for the year, right now, if you compare year over year, Wright's taken the biggest turn. Wright was the king of the stat that I have, which is you get over 40% on your doubles and you get more than 140 a leg, and you have a chance of winning this tournament. Now, right up until last year, you could bang on Wright for over 40% doubles and over 140 a leg. He's now barely hanging on to 0.9 on the scoring, and his doubles are not very good. They're under 38%. He's gone downhill. If I compare that to Wesley Plazer, who's played a lot on the tournament and actually won a PDC floor tournament, so he's a decent player. He's about 39% on his average, and he is scoring wise. He's not actually as big a scorer as Wright, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But I think Wright throws a lot of 26s and 22s and 41s. He's not consistent. It used to be Wright and Clayton. You could just count the 140s that they hit, and it's not happening. Now, Plazier's coming in with big confidence. He's got his game on the stage. He's got that out of his system. Wright is coming in with absolutely no confidence, with talk of maybe this might be it for him, that kind of stuff. There's part of me that thinks, wouldn't it be cool? Now, it's opened up. Wade's gone, so whoever gets this game gets Wadamina. I mean, Wadamina is a decent player, but he's not something. And there is a stick at the end of this carrot that if you could win this game and beat Wadamina, you're most likely going to get around to 16 against Luke Humphreys, which if you're going to go into a tournament and you go out against Luke Humphreys, it can be seen as a success. There's a bit of Premier League stuff on here. I don't think Peter Wright's going to make the Premier League, and to be honest with you, I don't think he should accept anything in the Premier League. It's a lot of money you're turning down, but I don't think it did him any good. He doesn't play floor. He used to play everything, floor tournaments, European tournaments. He skips. The last 2 years, I think he's only played in like 55% of the total floor tournaments. He does all the Europeans, but he doesn't do as much floor tournament. I think that's hurt his game. And of course, age is going to get in there as well. But I don't know. There's some decent money on Plazier. I just can't bring myself to pick against Wright in this game. I think Wright won't make it too far in this tournament. Don't get me wrong. But can he just dial one up? Maybe a big finish to win. I'll take Wright to win that one 3-2, but certainly no confidence in that. I will also say my 3-team parlay, which basically doubles my money, which isn't bad. And I like all the players. I've got James Hurl over Jim Long, Kevin Deutz over Van Leuven, and I've got Ryan Meikle over Fallon Sherrick, and that basically doubles my money. So gives me a chance. I'm basically playing, pay some money, double it up if you can. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll try to keep the videos going along with my Leaf videos. So if you're watching my Leaf videos, disregard them when I'll put the PDC World Championship. You don't have to watch them. All right. Cheers. Bye.